Hello, it's Estrella with a reading for the collective. Hey, this is Editing Estrella here. I wanted to just first say hello to my new subscribers and OGs who've been here since 30 and 40 subscribers. Thank you for all the support on this channel. The reading starts after these 30 seconds on a loving kindness atmosphere, maybe because the channel is growing a little bit, but that I have to address about sending negativity to me or the channel or towards others in the comments. I know it's tempting for some who are feeling a little lost or hurt right now or experiencing pain to feel that this is a place to project, but it's not a good idea. I've never really seen that work out well for anyone. And if that's something that's already happened here on this channel or you've done it somewhere else, don't worry too much. It happens to the best of us. Just try to approach it differently in the future. Okay, so on that note, I wish you all love and light, and here's the reading. I did a pre-read, and it's weird because these cards were just sort of like flying out at me. Because I did an initial reading and then the cards kept wanting to come out. So I was trying to understand what this is. And I even asked, is this something that I should be sharing? Because it's a little bit esoteric. It's got some hermetic kind of, stuff here. This is very big and deep and heavy. But the answer I got is that there's like a lot of like divines feeling insecure in the matrix right now, and just know that yes, like in my previous reading, there's a lot of there are groups that are floundering and projecting and doubling down on all of their techniques that they do, all of the manipulation is they're just upset. And so they're using whatever techniques they were in the past, but they're doubling down on it. They're also doing sleep stuff and the whole nine. So it's just remembering to, well, I've got the other cards I'm going to show you, but this is actually for, I'm going to say not everyone. These are some DMs. So if this doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. This is some DMs. Okay, this is what some DMs are going through after what they've done to you. And I've got other cards that I did in the pre-read that I'm going to show you. I think that this DM is looking into looking really deeply into why their lives have taken a serious turn. This is DMs who have left their karmic or are in the middle of some sort of divorce or something like that. And they have karmics that have just lost the plot and whose reputations are damaged. This masculine that I'm talking to, this DM, their reputation is damaged. They are experiencing spiritual poverty as well as financial poverty and social poverty and emotional poverty. This is bad. This is really bad. They're going through big changes and also changes in their occupation. So it's hard for them to survive. This is survival stuff here and things that they've built up their entire lives. They might have even gone to college for it or put in a lot of money. There's a big change happening with this DM, this group of DMs. What is that leading to? Big endings, really big endings. So take this card how it resonates with you. But let me now also show you the next set of questions that I asked and what we got. Okay, so they have now received a reputation that the avenues that they took for this winning, because they wanted to experience comfort and a sort of frivolous joy, is because they're a cheater. They're a cheater. So the kind of what's behind the veil is that there's hidden karma. Okay, now this was a read that came out. This is a pre-read that I'm sharing for you, so that I have an understanding of what's going on in the collective. So I'm posting this. So they're receiving hidden karma for doing whatever they, decide to do with this karmic energy that is not being guided by some sort of like spiritual mission, we'll call it, in an attempt to have a lot of clout in business with this kind of karmic energy and trying to control you. Now, the reason that that's you is because even if you're an old soul, in comparison to a lot of energies, unseen energies from the highest height, you're a baby here in the matrix. They consider you the baby. Even if that sounds weird, it's because it's like you're their baby. And imagine, how dear you must be, okay, to these energies. So the reason that, I'll put this into a sentence, there's hidden karma for doing what they did with this karmic energy to try to achieve some sort of clout in business or their networks, and controlling you in the process. Or actually, it's because this karmic tried to control you. They allowed it to happen. That's the problem. That they, in order to get what they wanted, they allowed this karmic to try to control you. And that's the hidden karma. That is precisely what is happening to this particular DM. So where are we at right this moment? These both came out. Bad karma, karmic completion. So we are in a phase of completion. This masculine accumulated bad karma, and it's like the phase is over, or the portal is closed. The window to change, this masculine had multiple opportunities to make a different choice, and you knew it and you felt it. And you were hoping, you really were. You were hoping that, one is that your heart wouldn't close, or you wouldn't have to fully move on, that they would make a different choice, but they kept allowing it over and over and over again. They weren't listening to their subconscious, and now this window's closed. Again, this is not for everyone. If this is triggering you and it doesn't seem to match your story, then I have other readings that might be for you. But in this case, this particular masculine, the window is closed. So because of this, and this masculine realizing what's going on, you can expect an apology. What they want to apologize for is this group of people. They want to confess who they were collaborating with, who this karmic energy works with. And the reason why, it's because this karmic was jealous of you and has been just stalking you in whatever form that resonates with for you. And this is going to happen. This apology might come in the form of tears. it could also be that this karmic energy is having a secondary outburst right now that you might end up seeing or hearing about, that just comes out in a big way. So you could have an outburst of an apology admitting all of this stuff. But the problem is the effects of the actions. That's what the problem is. Even if you wanted to, if you found some sort of, way to forgive, I asked, why now? Why is the information being, given so clearly at the moment? And I asked about the alignments, the planetary alignments. Like, why is the moment now to get this big download? And this is the part that kind of really blows my mind. The first card that came out was Pluto. I mean, you cannot mess with Pluto. And what I mean by that is, as a divine feminine, like, even if you wanted to, if this doesn't resonate, that's, maybe this isn't your journey, but with this particular set of divine counterparts. But in this case, this particular masculine was doing what they were doing while Pluto was in like another position. But it's almost like, can you see that this feels like an eye? Just because it's over here, it's not in the position yet, it still sees all the actions that you're doing over here as this DM, right? So this DM's taking all these actions, and this Pluto's slowly moving over, watching and recording the actions, right? So Pluto's a planet of, death, regeneration, and this is lifetime stuff. This is stuff that moves through lifetimes. So this cannot be taken back, and this is these kind of actions, the karma that results from taking actions where Pluto transits matter last lifetimes, and there's no way to get out of its throes. There just isn't. And here's what was even more, and I'll take a picture of this so you can kind of see the way that this looks, because it's gonna probably speak to you in a way where your soul understands it even more than your mind. On this, we got two separate cards. What came out first was this 9th house, which is like beliefs and spirituality, right? That's, as it pertains to this reading, your beliefs, your spirituality, also your connection, this divine connection. And this came out, your midheaven, which is your north node. Where are you going? So your spiritual determination to fulfill your mission using, your beliefs. So Pluto, under the eye of Pluto, these actions that were taken towards you affected your midheaven and your exploration towards your midheaven, which is your mission that comes from the divine before you were born. So under the watchful eye of Pluto, that got affected. Also under the watchful eye of Pluto, your resources were affected. And your 6th house, your sustainability, because of all those cards that were, displayed previously. So these are both resources, two different houses that have to do with resources. So now you've got karma, deep, heavy karma for affecting the trajectory towards your north node, and also simultaneously making it very difficult for you to survive and network. And also, sixth house has to do with colleagues and things like that, because, or people that work with you, will work for you, will help you. This masculine might have withheld as well, might have had the resources to help you, and could have worked with you. No one owes you anything in that sense, but they might have just left you out in the cold, and just try to, sort of fend for yourself there, especially while this karmic energy was gossiping and doing things like, projecting onto you with this gossip, whatever it is that they were actually doing, by saying things like, you divine feminine, this divine feminine is trying to, is bitter because the divine masculine is with me now and is trying to infiltrate my relationship with the divine masculine, and this person is like stalking me and is constantly bothering us and trying to break apart a really great relationship because they're jealous, and because their career or their mission or their creativity or whatever it is, they don't have much, so they're trying to take what I have here, this perfect relationship. So people believed you were this sort of stalker, this jealous person who was constantly trying to get into the karmic's relationship with your DM, which is the farthest thing from the truth. You walked away and you let this person live out their karma. At a certain point, you let them go because it was too toxic and they were taking your energy, and you realized, they're not, the connection was draining you, and this was, at some point you walked away, you Six of Swords. So the fact that this karmic energy was telling those lies, and it affected your second house and your sixth house, means that this DM is responsible, because this masculine was aware of these lies, but this masculine was so greedy, wanted to have this clout and money, or be accepted by this group, or whatever it is that they thought that they were going to get from being with this karmic. They knew the truth. They allowed this to happen. They knew that they threw you to the wolves and left you for dead here. They knew they did. And that is why Pluto, the eye of Pluto saw it all happening. It was over here. The transit was, Pluto moves really slow. Every single action and opportunity to do something different was being recorded. Even if you're a person didn't partake, they allowed it. They knew what was happening, and they let their greed take over. Next, what came out was this is the part that actually I just was like, really like, wow. We got moon. So perception, and look at all those moon phases, right? Third house communication, and sun. Well, this is what's, mind-blowing with this. I'm going to put it like this because this is how I'm reading it. Moon, third house, sun. So what is mind-blowing about this is if you look at every single little point of this moon, every single alignment with every single planet is a karmic energy that has been recorded. Every moment. Then, every time that particular moment in time, that choice, every alignment through these moon phases, every time it not only was a choice that was internal, it ricocheted out into the universe and created a myriad of repercussions for you. Because other people take that and it affects the way their realities branch out. And that keeps going on almost infinitely. It affects every short-term action that just branches out infinitely. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. It also works the same with the sun. Every single alignment with the sun, where there could have been an alternative choice, has also been recorded in the way that it affected your second house, your sixth house, your ninth house, and your midheaven by Pluto. So when you calculate now all of these alignments together that branch out infinitely, how you were affected and how that affects the divine plan. Now what to do to understand the karma of that is reverse it, because your karma, because it's like you transmuted the energy, so this karma has nowhere else to go but back to this divine masculine. And what does it do though? It forces this masculine to go back to the south node and relive this again. The south node is a dragon's tail. To go into the 12th house, which is the last house. And that was just a message for me to stay calm while receiving the message. But, because no one takes any joy in someone else's demise, no matter what they've done. You shouldn't. Even if that, sometimes you have to fight yourself, if that's an instinct. If you celebrate someone else's demise, you can't, even if you don't say it out loud, the energy is recorded and you have to deal with it later. That's how it works. So all of these alignments, this divine masculine now has to, this is a long, arduous journey that feels like an infinite hall of mirrors of dealing with the repercussions of this action. So for you, let's talk about your relationships, the beauty in your life, and the abundance, and all of the alliances and the climate that that you are in now. Let's talk about that. So you're at a crossroads because you still have you still have people after things for the wrong reasons, still trying to shoot energy at you that's, you know, trying to stop you from, you know, being able to rest, retreat, relax. This is even stuff going on in your sleep, trying to stop, you know, this. It goes on. It's endless, you know, self-love just to make you feel rejected and hopeless and disillusioned. All of that stuff. You know, you might be feeling out in the cold and like you're just keep continually working on this, you know, strength, spiritual strength. So that is why there's this crossroads now. But here's the message, Empress. This is for you. Every dream comes true. What you need to do is continue to stay in that joyful, light energy in spite of all of this. That's the crossroads. That's the trick right now while stuff's being shot at you. Because right now, a lot of the divine energies are feeling insecure because of what's being shot at you so heavily. But the truth about your destiny is that it's yours. It's yours. You have to stay light and loving. Don't match the energy. Don't match the energy. And what's crazy is this has never happened. These all came out. Oops. Solar plexus. This fell on the floor. So crown chakra, big one. Whatever's coming to your crown chakra, quickly, if you don't know how to make sure that you're protecting what comes in and out, you know, this is ancient knowledge in a lot of traditions, so you should be able to find it. Crown chakra, your root chakra, these all came out. Heart chakra and your throat chakra. Keeping this all balanced, staying lighthearted during this time. You're right there. You're right there. The truth about your destiny is don't feel insecure. The birds are singing. Every dream comes true. Stay playful and light in every moment. And yeah, those were the cards that came out, and that is your message. I hope that helps. Bye.